have you run into Crystal Weaver? I don't believe I did run into Crystal Weaver. I don't recall a Crystal Weaver. However, if Crystal Weaver was on the trail for a while, she probably would not be going as Crystal Weaver. She probably has a trail name. So it's funny, like the people you meet at the beginning of the trail, like at first you know them, like one girl, I knew her as Lee, you know, her name was Lee, and then suddenly Lee disappeared out of the logbook. So when I finally caught up with Lee, I figured that Lee was now, you know, a certain trail name. So it's like, I don't know, it's funny, people disappear. It's kind of like graduating high school with girls and then they get married and, you know, you have no clue who they are now. But so anyway, I don't know Crystal Weaver, but I hope she is having a wonderful trip and is still trucking along. I noticed you are using the Big Agnes Fly Creek tent. I am starting the AT next year and I was going to get that tent. Do you like it? How does it hold up in the rain and wind? Love the videos. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad that the videos have helped you. I am using the Big Agnes Fly Creek 2-person tent. I personally would recommend the 2-person tent over the 1-person. Whenever I bought it, they told me that it was 2 pounds 1 ounce for the 1-person and then 2 pounds 5 ounces for the 2-person. I feel like 4 ounces is definitely worth the extra space. I mean, it's your call. I just really like to have my pack inside with me. That way, I don't know, you just can. And also, if you ever want to use it in the future and you have somebody camping with you, you know, for a short time, like the 2-person works, you know, it'll hold 2 people, obviously. So I would definitely recommend that. But if you're just going for super, super light and you don't want to waste the 4 ounces, then I totally understand. As far as like holding up, it has been a wonderful tent. I really enjoy having it. I've never gotten wet using the tent. I use a piece of throwback instead of the footprint. The footprint may work better. I can't speak for that. The throwback has worked really well. It might have gotten kind of damp around where the throwback doesn't, you know, cover, because it doesn't fit perfectly, you know, but I've not been wet from using my tent. You have to make sure you stake it out properly, but that's with any tent. You know, you just really want to make sure that the fly is not sitting on the tent when you stake it out, because if the fly touches the tent, it's no longer waterproof. I don't know what it is about that, but that material, you just want to make sure that the fly does not rest on the tent. It's like staked out very well. Riga got wet one time in hers, but she will tell you that she did not stake it out properly, and she may have been in like a dip, like an area that pulls up to, and if you're in standing water, like, what do you expect? But yeah, I definitely recommend the tent. I do know that somebody had like a self-inflicted tent problem, like they tore up their tent doing something, and so they sent it in for, or they were going to send it in for repair, and had a little bit of trouble with Big Agnes customer service, even though like it wasn't a warranty issue, I guess, but just kind of dealing with them, I think, was a headache. So beware of that. But you know, I can't speak to that personally, but anyway, yes, I think it's definitely a good choice. I've known multiple people who have the tent and nobody's complained about it. We've all bragged on it. So, and congratulations, I'm so excited for you to start your thru hike. It's going to be a great experience and totally change your perspective on things and change your life. So congratulations on that. And next, you mentioned in an earlier video about field treatment in the creek. You have field training? You seem comfortable in the wilds. Where is home? I'm betting North Carolina, Tennessee, or Georgia. Gear you'd recommend and not. Stuff you'd wish you could have taken or left behind. Do you find the trail, food, hostels, etc. more expensive, lower, or as planned? So as far as field treatment, no. Or field training, I do not have experience with field training at all. It's just that I know I needed to ice my feet, and the spring was the closest thing to that outside. So they also have these little wraps, I guess, that you can put water on them and they get cold. Halson's used that for his ankle a few times. I just didn't want the extra weight. So, I mean, I have basic first aid, but no, I'm sorry if I misrepresented myself. I would like to have like some wilderness training. That would be pretty cool. Something that I would definitely do in the future. You seem comfortable in the wilds. Where is home? Home is, you guessed all around it, say North Carolina, Tennessee, or Georgia, but Alabama. I seem comfortable in the wilds. I've never been on an outdoor backpacking trip before now. but I am very comfortable in the wilds. I'm not scared of the woods or the dark or anything like that, and after a trip like this you definitely are not. But I've been out in the woods a lot growing up, riding dirt roads or camping or hiking, just not overnight backpacking trips. So that's what I'm saying, like, y'all can do this. If I can go from never overnight backpacking to suddenly hiking the AT, y'all can do this. Stuff you wish you could have taken or left behind. I don't really wish that I'd left anything behind. I think the only thing I ditched was like bug spray. I took that out too soon. I still don't use bug spray now, even though the bugs eat me alive. I just don't. Conditioner, I carried that for a while, but if they don't have it at a hotel, I just let my hair be tangly. And then there's nothing that I wish I could have taken that I didn't. I have, I guess my comfort item is my journal. I do have that with me, so it's not necessary, but it's weight that is worth it to me. As far as gear, I'm going to answer a question a little bit later in more detail, so look for that. I'm going to kind of show you all the gear that I have. And do you find the trail, food, hostels, etc. more expensive, lower as planned? So I'm from the South, and the South is just what I expected in hotels. It helps, and food and hostels. It helps with hotels if you split it with somebody. But as far as up north, I did not anticipate it being more expensive. I guess I should have. I just never have really spent time up north. So up north it is more expensive than in the South. They are proud of their hotel rooms up here, so you definitely need to split it with one or more people if possible, or just wait for the towns where they're a little cheaper. This particular hotel was like $70 a night for a double bed, so splitting that with somebody is not bad. That's like, you know, closer to the prices in the South. So, but these $150 hotel rooms, no thank you. I don't need that. But, so yeah, I think it's about what I expected as far as the South, but the North is more expensive. Hey Dixie, this is Hiking Shoes. I met you guys at the beginning of the trail. It's awesome to see you're doing well on the trail. Keep up the good work. Tell Bama and Kansas hi for me. HYOH Hiking Shoes. Well, good to hear from you, Hiking Shoes, and I'm glad that you're following along. Bama, I think, was just doing a section, so she ended up going home. Last time I saw her was like Hiawassee, Georgia. But Kansas is actually ahead of me right now since I got off and went home for everything with sugar. She ended up ahead, but she is doing good. She ended up off the trail for a little while, and I think just had to like relax and think everything over, but she's trucking along now as far as I know. So I'm really proud, and I wish that I could catch them. And I love that you end that with HYOH, which for those of you that don't know, that means hike your own hike, and that's something that you hear like from the first day out here, if you don't already know what it means from reading blogs and whatever. But anyway, yeah, good to hear from you. It's these kind of comments that I appreciate, so thank you for checking in. Great question here. Do people still smoke cigarettes in 2015? Why? Because they still sell them, I guess. Yeah, there are a lot of smokers out here, and they're still amazingly able to truck up the hills like crazy, so more power to them. I like that you share the good and bad. How can those guys smoke and still hike the AT? Crazy town. Keep it up. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it when people sugarcoat things, and you know, it is what it is. And I mean, the AT is not easy. Otherwise, like, you would have everybody walking it, right? But I mean, I feel like everybody can. You know, I feel like it's something that if you want to do it bad enough, you can do it. But I'm just not going to sugarcoat it, because I mean, it's not always good. It's not always rainbows and butterflies. You know, sometimes it's just rain and mud. So yeah, I think that to get an accurate vision of how it is out here, that you just have to be honest. So I'm glad that you like that. and thank you for the input. And as far as the guys smoking and still hiking AT, I have no idea. I have no clue how they do it, but they do. A bunch of people, like I said, smoke, and they still truck along. Okay, so I am here at Amicalola State Park, and I am about to hike the approach trail. Just weighed my pack in and signed the register.